Yang Lanlan vanishes into thin air. Seaside mansion completely emptied. We begin today's news with the latest updates on 23-year-old Chinese billionaire Yang Lanlan. According to the Daily Mail, Yang has disappeared from her luxury ocean view apartment in the exclusive Watson's Bay area of Sydney. The apartment is now completely empty, its curtains thrown open after months of being tightly closed. In addition, her second Rolls-Royce, the white convertible, which used to be parked in the underground garage, has also vanished. A car enthusiast claimed to have spotted the same vehicle driving near North Sydney last week. A representative from the local real estate agency managing the property said he could not comment on Yang's rental agreement, explaining that he had been told not to speak publicly. As previously reported, on Friday, October 17th, Yang Lanlan's case was brought before a Sydney court for the third time, but she was absent once again. Her lawyer, John Corn, appeared on her behalf but did not clarify whether she intended to plead guilty or not. The court postponed the case to November 14th, ordering Yang to appear in person at that time to enter her plea. Corn said he was in contact with senior police officials and negotiating with the victim of the crash. He added that if those talks were resolved, Yang would appear in court, and noted that the court might contact her by phone. In the early hours of July 26, Yang, while under the influence of alcohol, drove a blue Rolls-Royce and crashed into a Mercedes-Benz van, leaving it completely destroyed. The van's driver was seriously injured. Yang was charged with multiple offenses and faces up to 7 years in prison. After the crash, Yang's immense wealth and mysterious background sparked widespread attention in both Australia and mainland China. Online rumors claim she may be a descendant of a powerful Chinese Communist Party family, or even the granddaughter or secret daughter of CCP leader Xi Jinping. These claims remain unverified, but the scandal has lifted the curtain on the hidden world of China's political elite, revealing how the children of top officials live lavish lives overseas, supported by vast, unexplained fortunes. Next, here's the latest update on the MENGLONG case. The Telegram horror. MENGLONG'S killers are provoking the public. According to commentator Li Muyang, a shocking revelation has just surfaced. A Russian blogger who's been closely following the MENGLONG case recently exposed something. On Telegram, there exists a twisted remains trafficking group that shares torture videos featuring not only civilians but even celebrities. The post alleged that several of the killers involved in MENGLONG'S case were actually members of this group. They're fully aware that the world is watching, yet they continue to taunt the public with arrogance, almost as if daring people to respond. The forces backing them are reportedly deep and powerful, referred to ominously as the Hard Umbrella. The Russian blogger even released screenshots from the group. One chilling message read, "You fans, does your heart ache? I know you're in here." The tone was openly mocking. These criminals were deliberately trying to provoke MENGLONG supporters and everyone fighting for justice. But observers are urging caution. Do not be deceived or provoked. Meanwhile, the storm surrounding Mango Super Media, the parent company of Tianyu Media, shows no signs of stopping. The company is facing a massive boycott, its stock price plummeting, and shareholders pulling out their funds. Rumors claim that Mango Super Media even issued death threats to silence critics and threatened to sue anyone accused of spreading false rumors. Yet today, the company has once again intentionally provoked the public. Screenshots reveal a disturbing message from the company that read, "I caught a rotten fish, opened it up, threw it down and stepped on it." The hidden meaning was obvious to everyone. But this time, netizens fought back, cleverly and fearlessly. According to the same Russian blogger, some people sent funeral wreaths to the address of Ji Guangguang, one of the perpetrators. He personally signed for them, flew into a rage, and later filed complaints. Others sent breadworms to Chen Qing-song, another culprit, who has been repeatedly mentioned in recent updates. These symbolic acts demonstrated the creativity and determination of Chinese netizens who refused to remain silent. A mainland blogger summarized the situation. "We've reached the most critical stage of this confrontation. Their final move will be intimidation, or attempts to push us into rash action. We must remain calm. We have only 3 weapons. Keep reporting, boycott the entertainment industry, and boycott related platforms." His words quickly spread online, widely praised as wise and timely advice. Inside China, people can quietly resist by refusing to watch their films or consume their content, letting the entertainment industry wither on its own. Outside China, supporters can continue to expose the truth and spread it to the world. In the end, this, not violence, not anger, remains the most powerful counterattack against both the perpetrators and the Chinese Communist Party itself. Another unfortunate artist found in PLASTINATION's Specimen exhibition? A chilling discovery has once again sent shockwaves across Chinese social media. On Douyin, someone uploaded a picture from a PLASTINATION Specimen exhibition, and among the preserved figures on display, one was posed playing a guitar. Netizens immediately began to speculate, could this guitar-playing specimen actually be the late Chinese entertainer Zhao Yingjin? Zhao, born in Liaoning Province, reportedly passed away in Beijing in 2021. Official reports claimed he died of illness, but online observers noticed something deeply suspicious. Every single Weibo post he made between 2015 and 2019 had been deleted. Public records show that Zhao entered China's entertainment scene through Shanghai Dragon TV's first season of My Show. At the time of his death, he was signed under Tuxian All-In Management Company. But what truly raised eyebrows was who stood behind that talent show. The producer of Dragon TV's My Show was Li Ruigang, chairman of China Media Capital, one of the most influential media tycoons in China. According to commentator Li Muyang, Li Ruigang isn't just a businessman. He's said to be the de facto husband of Li Tong, the daughter of Li Changchun, a retired senior leader of the Chinese Communist Party, once known as the party's propaganda czar. And Li Ruigang's reach doesn't stop there. He's also a major investor in Mango Supermedia and Tianyu Media, 2 names that have repeatedly surfaced in recent surrounding MENGLONG'S case. At this point, commentator Li Muyang brought up another haunting case, the mysterious death of singer Coco Lee. Coco Lee, born Li Wen, was a Hong Kong-born Chinese-American singer, songwriter, dancer, and actress, one of Asia's most iconic voices and the first to break into the international pop scene. In 2023, she suddenly passed away at the age of 48, just a year after she had publicly exposed corruption and backstage manipulation within Zhejiang TV's The Voice of China. Official reports claimed Coco took her own life, but the details remain murky and highly disputed. Her family's statements contradict the official narrative, and to this day, no autopsy report has ever been made public. Everyone in the industry knows that The Voice of China was also backed by China Media Capital, with, once again, Li Ruigang serving as the power behind the curtain. Now the question many are asking is this: was Coco Lee's death really what it seemed, or is there a hidden truth the public was never meant to know? Dates of artists' deaths coincide with specimen procurement dates. One more chilling suspicion emerges. A netizen emailed commentator Li Muyang, pointing out something deeply unsettling. The dates of death of Tianyu Media's artists appear to coincide with the public procurement dates for plastinated specimens posted on government bidding websites. According to these records, 2 of the winning bidders were none other than Dalian Hongfeng Biotechnology Co. Ltd. The email shows that a single plastinated specimen had a winning bid price of 900,000 yuan. And here's where things get even darker. More than 2 months before MENGLONG'S death, on June 7th, Xijing College publicly announced a specimen procurement project. And once again, the winning bidder was Dalian Hongfeng Biotechnology Co. Ltd. The netizen further noted that the company's factory is located just a 30-minute drive from both the 798 Art District and the Qihao Art Museum, locations that have been repeatedly mentioned in connection with the case. And it doesn't stop there. Public bidding records reveal that Qiao Renliang, another artist, died on September 16, 2016. Just 3 months before his death, on June 2nd, the Beijing University of Chinese Medicine purchased plastinated specimens, once again, from Dalian Hongfeng Biotechnology Co. Ltd. Then there's the female artist Ren Zhao, who died under mysterious circumstances in October 2017. Before that, on July 7, 2016, Wenzhou University in Zhejiang Province had also publicly purchased female plastinated specimens. When all these pieces are placed side by side, the timing, the locations, the recurring names, one can't help but wonder, are these just coincidences or something far more disturbing? If these facts alone are enough to make people uneasy, then the question that truly haunts us is, where did all these plastinated specimens really come from? It's terrifying even to imagine. In our previous episode, we discussed Sui Hongjin, the founder of Dalian Hongfeng Biotechnology Co. Ltd., a biotech company based in Dalian Liaoning Province, known worldwide for producing and exhibiting plastinated specimens. Sui Hongjin was once the apprentice of Gunther von Huygens, the German anatomist who invented the plastination technique. Later, Sui broke away to establish his own company. But ever since then, the sources of the bodies used by both men have remained highly controversial. While both claim that their specimens came from officially approved sources provided by the Dalian authorities, multiple independent investigations have accused them of using Falun Gong practitioners and other Chinese citizens who were tortured to death. That was what we covered before. But now, new revelations continue to emerge. In 2000, Sui Hongjin founded his body processing factory, specializing in plastination and specimen exhibitions. By 2002, Dalian Hongfeng was officially recognized by the Dalian government as a high-tech enterprise. Records from 2003 revealed that the company already possessed 647 bodies. From 2004 onward, Sui began organizing plastination exhibitions across China and around the world, displaying at least 17 complete bodies and more than 160 individual organ specimens. In 2005, he supplied the Beijing Museum of Natural History with over 300 plastinated specimens, valued at tens of millions of yuan. That same year, in November, Sui sold 22 bodies and more than 260 organs to Premier Exhibitions, a US-based company, for a staggering $25 million. By 2006, an exhibition by Dalian University's Biological Plastination Company appeared in London, and in 2012, the Mystery of Life exhibition at Beijing's National Convention Center showcased 310 plastinated specimens, all supplied by Sui Hongjin's Dalian Hongfeng Company. A netizen summed up the horrifying realization. All this information shows that plastination in China seems to have been fully legalized. There's no need to provide documentation for the source of the bodies, and cadavers appear easy to obtain. Could it be that all those entertainers and singers who mysteriously disappeared or died were turned into specimens? At this point, one thing becomes clear. This information is too important to ignore. The Chinese Communist Party is an evil entity that has claimed countless lives since the day it seized power. And now, as the crimes of live organ harvesting and state-backed plastination continue to surface, we must wake up, demand transparency, seek justice, and speak the truth. Not only for the victims who can no longer speak, but for the future of all of us. Xi's speech becomes prophecy. The fourth plenum's fate is sealed. The Chinese Communist Party's fourth plenary session has officially begun, and it could decide the fate of both Xi Jinping and the regime he built. On October 20th, the CCP's propaganda arm Xinhua News Agency released what it called an authoritative bulletin. The world immediately took notice. After all, this is the last major communist regime controlling the world's second-largest economy. Observers have been asking three defining questions. Would Xi step down, marking a historic turning point in Chinese politics? If he did, who would take the reins, a loyal successor or a reformer in the mold of Gorbachev? Or would Xi, defying all speculation, cling to power, dragging China deeper into stagnation? For many, hope lies in change. But analysts warn, even if Xi stays, the system beneath him is already rotting from within. That same night, Xinhua published a lavish, fawning feature praising Xi and the party. It followed the same old pattern, inflating hollow statistics from the 14th five-year plan while glorifying Xi as a great helmsman. Drone footage of his unfinished Millennium City, Xiong'an, showed nothing but deserted streets and empty towers. Yet the caption boasted, "The city of the Millennium Plan strides confidently forward." Behind the flattery, though, cracks were clear. The report quietly admitted to risks of returning to poverty, contradicting Xi's triumphant 2021 claim that poverty had been eradicated. It hinted at a slowdown in growth, Beijing's coded term for economic freefall. Still, state media pressed on, blaming the U.S., praising Xi's institutional advantages, and massaging the dictator's ego while millions of ordinary Chinese struggle to survive. But no amount of propaganda can hide the political panic now gripping Beijing. Just 3 days before the plenary session, 9 top generals, including He Weidong and Miao Hua, were abruptly purged for serious violations. It was the largest mass expulsion in PLA history. Xi himself has promoted more than 160 generals, and now most have fallen. Nearly half of the top brass face corruption charges. The military under Xi's iron hand has become a field of fear, and Xi, a commander without soldiers. One analyst remarked, "If even one regiment rebels and fires the first shot, the people will rise, and the CCP could collapse overnight, just like the Soviet Union." Ironically, Xi once warned of this himself. In 2022 at the Central Party School, he said, "If cadres no longer believe in Marxism or communism, the tragedy of Eastern Europe, the fall of the Soviet Communist Party, will happen again." Now, those very words are coming true. Inside the CCP, fear has replaced faith. At the National Day banquet, what was meant to be a celebration felt more like a funeral. Forced smiles, tight lips, and silence heavy with dread. The economy is collapsing, the bureaucracy is paralyzed, the military no longer trusts its leader, and the people, humiliated, impoverished, and angry, are ready to erupt. Recent scandals, from young Lanlan's drunk driving case, allegedly tied to Xi's family, to the torture and killing of actor Yu Menglong, have only exposed the moral rot within China's ruling elite. And now, an even bigger bombshell has shaken Beijing's corridors of power. According to Vision Times, former PLA Navy Lieutenant Colonel Yao Cheng, who once served at the CCP Navy Command Headquarters, revealed that Xi Jinping may step down as chairman of the Central Military Commission during this very 4th plenum. Yao claims that the new military leadership lineup has already been finalized. Xi Jinping will resign as CMC chairman, with Zhang Yuxia taking over. The once discarded Crown Prince, Hu Chunhua, will become the new vice chairman, while Liu Zhenli, chief of staff of the Joint Staff Department, will be promoted as the other vice chairman. According to The Insider, Xi Jinping and Zhang Yuxia are expected to retire together at the 21st Party Congress, 2 years from now, ensuring mutual safety. At that time, Hu Chunhua would ascend to the top, becoming both General Secretary of the party and Chairman of the CMC. Why Hu? Because he has no military background. For the next 2 years, he'll rely on Zhang Yuxia's protection as he learns the ropes, preparing for a controlled succession. But this isn't just a leadership shuffle. It's a full-scale military restructuring. Zhang Shengmin, Secretary of the CMC Discipline Inspection Commission, will replace Miao Hua as Director of the CMC Political Work Department, taking charge of the Army's personnel power. Air Force Commander Chang Dingqiu, one of the few survivors of the recent purge, will succeed Liu Zhenli as Chief of the Joint Staff Department. Wang Renhua, head of the PLA's Political and Legal Affairs Commission, will take over Zhang Shengmin's position and become a new CMC member, while Dong Jun, who has passed political vetting, will also join the commission. If verified, the new 7-member Central Military Commission will include Zhang Yuxia, Hu Chunhua, Liu Zhenli, Chang Dingqiu, Wang Renhua, and Dong Jun. Together, they represent all 4 branches of China's military: the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Rocket Force, a delicate balance of power. And just like Xi Jinping's own rise more than a decade ago, Hu Chunhua will not only serve as CMC vice chairman, but also as vice president of the state, the same dual title that once marked Xi's path to power. Analysts say this arrangement signals one thing: the post-Xi era has begun. Whatever happens at the fourth plenum, whether Xi steps down voluntarily or is forced out, one truth is clear: Xi's prophecy is fulfilling itself. The party he controls has begun to turn on him, and the CCP's collapse, whether by rebellion, corruption, or decay, is no longer a matter of if, but when. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective. And don't forget to drop this icon in the comments to help us beat the YouTube algorithm. If you found this analysis valuable, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.